Marketing Officer here at LifeVantage, and I'm really excited to go into a little bit more detail with our new digital platform that we just launched in Nashville at our EA event. Now, there's two major components to what we launched. The first is a new site on LifeVantage.com and how that relates to our self-replicated websites. And number two is a new mobile app that we call LV Share, which is a new way to make it really simple to share content and potentially drive the sale of LifeVantage products. Okay, so I'm really excited about this, guys. We're going to be fielding questions from you at the end of this broadcast, so we can make sure that we cover all the things that are important to you. So there's a few ways that you can get us a question. Number one is using the hashtag AskMrG on Twitter, and we've got the team here that's going to be monitoring that particular hashtag live. And number two is I just posted a post in our private Facebook group. So you guys can post your comments and questions to that particular post, and the team's going to be moderating that stuff as well and getting those questions to me so that we can answer them. And with that, I'm going to dive right into the technology, starting with the new LifeVantage.com. All right, so let's switch over. Okay. So, actually, before we dive into the specifics, and I'm going to be going over the getting started material that I already covered in the tutorials that are on YouTube right now. But I needed to clarify that what I'm going to be showing you here is going to be, and specifically LV Share, is really something that we add on top of your prospecting, inviting, and presenting activities. It's not something that is meant to replace that. So if you think that you can build your business simply by doing the things that you're going to be learning here, then you need to think again. This is just a way to actually add a little bit of gasoline to your activities that you've already been doing, and that Eric Worre has trained us how to do as well, along with the rest of the field leadership. So let's dive right in. Actually, let's go to this tab right here. So you've all seen that we have a new website at LifeVantage.com that we launched during our event in Nashville. And obviously we have a nice, fresh new look. And like I said on stage, one of our biggest requests from the field was, hey, we want to see an updated self-replicated website. And in particular, why can't that self-replicated website be the corporate site? So we listened, and that's exactly what we did. So now we have all the power of this brand new visual look that we have on the corporate site. Yet that's going to be something that you can lever for your business specifically, instead of having to send traffic to the other self-replicated website. Now, it's important to note that both these sites are actually going to be live for a period of time. So the traffic, that might end up on your mylifevantage.com site will continue to land on that particular site. But to show people the new self-replicating website, it's actually a different URL altogether. So right here in the address bar up here, you can see that we've got lifevantage.com, and so this is the corporate site. But if you change out the www with your username, so that is everything that is after the / on your mylifevantage.com site. If you place the www with that will show you what your new site will look like on lifevantage.com. So for me, my username is Mr. G. So I replace the www with mrg.lifevantage.com. And that shows you the very nuanced differences between the corporate site and a distributor's self-replicated website. So as you can see, the main difference on the home page is what we see up here. You can see a picture of me right there. On yours, it would obviously be a picture of you. Your distributor is Ryan Goodwin, and when you click here, you can see the contact information. And we have you have an ability to enroll people right here from the new self-replicated website as well. But the other thing that is different from the corporate site is right over here. If you can see that in the top right-hand corner where it says My Cart. Now, it's a very subtle change, but on the normal site, let me go back to that. On the normal site, as you can see, there is no cart option and there is no referring distributor here. That means that when you're on the corporate site without a referral link, there isn't the shopping experience. And guys, this is really important because one of the main initiatives of this new platform was to regain the confidence in the entire field that if they send traffic to either their self-replicated websites or RyFryGroup.com, that it would end up in their organization. So it's really important for us to put the orphanage, if you will, to bed online, and that's exactly what we did. So let me show you what the shopping experience is like here on LifeVantage.com. So before, there used to be a link for shop on the old site. That link is no longer there. Now the link, in order to start shopping for your customers, is products. So your customers can decide where they want to start their product discovery journey. Protandem is a really great place to start. And when you click on Protandem, it takes you to what I call the product detail page. And that is a term that comes straight from e-commerce. This is where we've combined the discovery and the shopping aspects of the self-replicated website and LifeVantage.com to really lever for you guys to build your businesses in a much easier and more compelling way. And actually, this might seem like it's a small change from where we are, but this is actually light years ahead of what most most companies in our industry is doing. So as you can see, I can find out more about the product right here on the page. I can be introduced to other products that are a lot like that have some similarities to the product detail page that I'm looking at. But the most important part is that I can select my quantity right here, and I can add it to my cart right from this page. So as you can see, I just added 3 bottles of Protandem to my cart. And this is what is called a mini cart slid open here. And right now I can see that 3 bottles of Protandem will cost me $150 at the retail price, or if I did a monthly subscription, I could save money, and that would be $120 a month. So if I want to continue shopping, and I did get some feedback from the field that we can make this a little bit more clear, but you can click anywhere off this window in order to dismiss it and continue shopping. So let's say that I'm interested in Axio as well. So when I click on Axio, because there's more than one Axio product, this is what's called a category page. So it's actually a category page or a product wall. So I could see groupings of product here. Here you can see Axio Regular or Axio Decaf. Now I also got some feedback from the field that we can make this even a little bit more clear. That from here you need to click one more time. You need to decide which product detail page you want to go to. So I'm more of an Axio Regular guy because I like caffeine. So I click on Axio Regular to get to the Axio product detail page. And from here, I can choose what flavor I want, and I can add it to my cart. Now this is really important because this is the exact same modality, if you will. That's kind of a big word, but that's exactly how people are accustomed to shopping online, whether they're on Amazon or a Shopify site. It's going to be very similar to that shopping experience. So then when I'm ready to check out, I go up here to the checkout button right here. That's in the top right-hand corner, and I click checkout. Takes a second to load. And then right here, I can select which what type of order I want to make. I can make this a subscription order that I'm going to be getting monthly, or I can select to pay the higher price at retail and have only one order. But what's awesome about this, guys, is that we've also leveraged the best the best practices for e-commerce and making this as simple of a form and a really dialed in process for people to check out based on all the years of other companies basically figuring out how to get the best conversion rates on a page like this. It's fully responsive, meaning that the checkout process is just as dialed on a phone or on a desktop or even a tablet. So regardless of how you're sending traffic on what device they're on when they get here, their experience is going to be awesome for them. So so that's the basics on the actual shopping experience and what that is like on the new LifeVantage.com. And I think right now it's kind of important to note, guys, that that these two sites are going to be up at the same time for a period of time until we've gotten enough of the field trained on this new platform. We've made sure that we've squashed any outlying bugs, which we've been eliminating on a daily basis, working with all of you with your great feedback. Thank you, by the way. But there will become a day between now and our next event in Anaheim where we're going to start forward. We'll shut down mylifevantage.com and we'll start forwarding all that traffic to the applicable sites on lifevantage.com. So you guys won't have to do a thing when that happens other than starting to update all your tools that you may have, whether it's business cards or labels, or you've got other things that are printed with your actual referral links. You'll want to get those updated to the lifevantage.com referral link rather than the mylifevantage.com. Okay? So now I'm going to show you guys how to manage the few things that you can change on the self-replicated websites. For example, right here on the checkout, you can see there's a picture of my avatar, there's my name, so it's really clear when you're checking out who your sponsor is. So let's take a look at how you can change those things. So obviously the way to do that is in our awesome back office. So there's two places where you need to be able to go in order to change those things. The main section is under this tab right here that's called Account Services, and it's the last item on the right of the on the top right of the main navigation. It says Account Services, and then this drop down opens the last section here that says Website, and then underneath Website, this right here says Business Site Admin. That's where you click to change most of the things that are displayed on the self-replicated website. So it's really important to note right here, guys, when you're changing this information for now, it's changing in two different places, same database. So it's going to be changing on the old sites at mylifevantage.com, and it will be changing on the new site at lifevantage.com. So I've already had some feedback from some of you guys that wanted to change you wanted to change your password on the new site, but then got a little bit confused about why it changed on the old site where you're already sending traffic with business cards and other things like that. So if you already have traffic that's going to your old site, I would recommend that you don't change your username right now until we start forwarding the traffic from MyLifeVantage officially to lifevantage.com. But this is the place that you would change your username and therefore your referral link. It's right here. So you can see right there, that's where mine is Mr. G. You can change that to be something different. And you can see right here, technically you could still leave your distributor ID URL active, or if you wanted to. I don't know if there's really a lot of value there. I can't think of any reason why you guys would want to have that. So I have that disabled. I would probably recommend that everybody does the same thing. If you try to use a username that's already taken or something that is reserved for the corporate, because remember, guys, we've combined these two things. I've already talked to some people that might have a referral link at mylifevantage.com that actually won't work at LifeVantage because it's a word that's being used by the lifevantage.com site in another fashion already. So if you try to use a username that is unavailable, it'll let you know that that's not available, and you'll need to choose one that is available. You can also see that right here you can change the name that is displayed. You can change the phone number. And you can add a second number here. We call it a fax, but basically you can have two phone numbers that display on your site. You can display your location. This is where any contact form entries will go. Is this email that you identify here. And this one is for the advanced users, guys. So I've had a few people ask me, are there ways that we can actually track the traffic from our self-replicated websites? And the answer is yes, but you have to have a Google Analytics account. Now, I don't want to go into the specifics of how to set up one of those accounts. If you know what I'm talking about, then you'll see that this is the place where you would take your ID and you drop it in right here. Now, guys, after you've already made all your changes here that you want to make, and everything's how you want it, make sure to click right here, this button, the blue button at the bottom that says Save Changes, and that is what's going to save all the changes to the database. Now, there's one other thing to note. Now, we use what's called a caching system on our servers. Without getting super technical on you guys, it's just something that makes it way faster for us to send data to the people that are coming to visit your referral links. So because we have that, some of the changes that you would make here may not be reflected immediately as you make them on your referral links or your self-replicated website, but they will be there within 24 hours. So let's say you make some changes here, and for 2 days from now you're not seeing those changes, then something happened and they weren't saved. But if you're saving these and going and hoping to go see how they look immediately on your site, there's a very big chance that you won't see that immediately because of that simple word called caching. Okay, so I know that a lot of you are now asking me, well, how do I change my avatar? I know that because you guys have already asked me. I've had a ton of questions on Twitter, on Facebook, and via email. Hey, how do I change my avatar? So let me show you how to do that. So the avatar is actually, you can access it by clicking your name up here. It's the last thing on the very right hand top. So it says my name right there and then my distributor ID. When you click on that, it gives you a little drop down menu. And the main option right here is update personal info. You want to click on that. So that's update personal info. And when you click on that, this is where we are pulling the avatar. And you can see there's a picture of me. So there's something, I won't do it from now, right here, because I don't have another image so I can show you the actual process all the way through. But basically, when you do this process, we'll see how far I can go. So I would need to remove my image, but when you start this process, once you see the avatar here, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're done with the process. It might look that way, but you have to click one more time. It'll say upload right here, and when you click that a second time, then it'll actually save your avatar. And again, because of that caching, it might not show up for the immediately, but it will show up within the next 24 hours. Okay. While we're talking about avatars, guys, I posted a little pro tip to my personal Facebook that that is really useful for everyone. I've seen a lot of people that have avatars that aren't a picture of their beautiful faces, and that is actually a mistake, guys. It's much better for you to actually use an image of yourself, ideally a headshot, because people want to be able to engage, especially on Facebook and social sites. People want to engage with other people. They don't want to engage with a logo or an object. So if you don't have an image of yourself, I would recommend getting an image of yourself. And that also kind of bleeds into to the usernames that you guys use on social media sites. because I've seen a lot of you that are being very naughty and have things that are not necessarily compliant. But honestly, it's actually better to be compliant because it ends up being what's best for how you engage with your audience. So I've seen a lot of people with usernames that have LifeVantage in the username, and I can understand the impulse to do something like that. But it's actually going to be much better to use something that's more personal and is something specifically on Facebook, like your name instead of LifeVantage Ryan or something like that, or on Twitter. Because again, people want to engage with other people when you're an individual rather than a logo, which, for all intents and purposes, representing a group of people. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. Okay, let's see where we're at. Got that. Okay. So the best part of what we just built here on the self-replicating website, guys, is it's not just a referral link that allows you to send people to the home page, but technically you have any page on the website can now be a landing page that you can share with other people any way that you want to. For example, let's say that you just want to share the ProTandem product detail page. Well, you actually have your own referral link in order to do that. So right here, as you can see, mrg.lifevantage.com, with the rest on that ended there. If I copy and paste that, I can send somebody straight to the ProTandem page where they can check out right from that landing page, and I'm going to get the commission because it goes to my referral link. This is totally sweet, especially when we're going to be revamping our blog content. So even all the blog content that we have on our site, if you navigate to any of the corporate pages first from your referral link, so mine is mrg.lifevantage.com. So again, it's your username.lifevantage.com. If you navigate to any page and decide to share that, that becomes a new landing page that you're sharing with your audience or your contact. And this is totally awesome, guys. That is another thing that becomes really powerful with combining the corporate site and the self-replicating websites. And I'm going to show you some other cool stuff that we can do when we're working one-on-one with people based on the content that's provided through the other part of the platform, which is LV Share, our new mobile app. So the first thing that you need to do for LV Share is you've got to be able to download it. So let me show you the quickest way to download LV Share if you guys don't have it yet. So this is my phone here. That's what the app will look like. We'll come back to that in a second. But if you guys will text to the number 44222, the word LV Share, just like that. So it's one word. So text the word LV Share to 44222. Look what happens. This is totally awesome. Fist pump for technology. Bam! That just happened. So it gives you a link for both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. I'm on an iPhone, so if I tap right on that link, it takes me straight to the App Store where I can download that app. I've already done that though, so we can go straight to the app. Okay, so I skipped a couple steps, guys, but when you first download the app, you're going to need to log in with your distributor ID, the series of numbers that's unique to you, and then your password that you use to log into the back office. That's really important, and I'm going to be showing you why in just a few moments. And then I'm going to be showing you both how to get started with LV Share, as well as some pro tips and some of the other features that we have here in LV Share that I didn't have time to either do at the event or during our getting started tutorials on YouTube. But what you see here is is your dashboard, and it's the most popular content that is being shared. So let me back up. What we're going to be doing as part of the tools that we provide for you as a corporate team is curating media, shareable media, on a regular basis to set you guys up as thought leaders. Now, I'd be willing to bet that there's very few of you that like being advertised to. So guess what? Your audience on social media feels exactly the same. They don't really like to get advertised or marketed to, but they really love to get content that's interesting, articles, videos, or images that have some kind of value for them. So we're going to be curating that content to allow you to be able to choose which ones you want to share. Now, I think that Gary Vaynerchuk said it best when he calls his content sharing philosophy the jab hook, meaning instead of constantly talking about your products or your services with every post, you're going to be exhausting your audience really quick that way. The key is to jab them first and give them something of value, and then jab them again, give them something of more value. Jab them again, give them something more value. Now that you've created more value in what we call social currency, now you can talk more about, be more forward about sharing them the LifeVantage product or the LifeVantage opportunity. So let me show you how to share my favorite piece of content, the best prospecting tool I've ever seen in network marketing, and that's a video or a news broadcast that was published a few years ago by ABC, and that's what I don't think that you guys can see exactly where I'm tapping, so I'll have to describe it. But I'm tapping the square in the top left-hand corner that is blue and kind of looks like DNA molecules with a little play button. So when you tap that, that shows you what is called. Well, that should go down. That will show you what is called like the media detail page. So let's show you a little bit more about what you're going to share. Now, guys, I have to be explicit that this particular piece of content is set up a little bit different than most things in LV Share, because we're technically not sharing the video. We're technically sharing an image with a headline that then links to the video. So you don't use LV Share to actually view the video. You use LV Share to share the ABC primetime video, specifically on Facebook. So let me show you how to do that. Oh yeah, we don't need the mouse. So right here, underneath the big image on the left-hand side, you can see there's a heart, and right next to the heart is a little box with an arrow going up, and that is a universal icon that means share. So when you tap on that share icon, it gives you the options that are available. Now, when you look at the top icons there's two Facebook icons. The first one looks like it's wearing a bow tie, and that is for if you're going to be posting to a Facebook business page. Now, here's another pro tip, guys. If you don't have a Facebook business page, I actually would recommend against a business page for most of our distributors. It actually takes a lot of skills and know-how to build an audience on a Facebook business page in a really meaningful way. I'm not saying that there aren't people in the field that will know how to do this, but for most of you, I think that it'd be really challenging to do. And it's much more important, I would say, for you to learn how to skillfully engage the audience that you already have in a way that's going to be engaging from your normal Facebook profile. So to do that, you would tap on the second Facebook icon right there, which is just the Facebook F. Now, you can see that the Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and LinkedIn icons are a little bit grayed out. That's because the content hasn't been optimized for each one of those platforms yet. We're going to be working on optimizing those platforms for the media that are applicable in the future. But right now, most of our team members are using Facebook pretty predominantly, and most of the other social networks kind of pale in comparison to the Facebook usage in the field. So right here, right under, once I've selected what I want to share on, so I'll tap on the Facebook. So that will give me a preview of exactly what that post is going to look like inside of Facebook. I can then add my own annotation to the Facebook post. So I can say, you know, you got to watch this. Like right now. I'd like to think I've built up a lot of social currency with my audience, so something like that would work. But you know, you can say whatever you want to say there, except if you're going to be using words that are already non-compliant, the app is going to tell you that those are words that you can't use. So there's a layer of compliance here that helps you be compliant, because I know that most of you, if not all of you, really do want to be compliant and may not know exactly what the things that you need to avoid. So once I've decided what I want to say, the next step is to decide when I want it to post. Now, right under that input field where I typed that, you can see there's 3 options here. The one that is set by default is ideal. Now let's talk about that for a little bit. It's actually pretty powerful. Ideal means that the app is going to look at your specific activity, and it's going to decide the best day and the best time to post this media, so that it'll get the most engagement possible. So I've gotten a lot of feedback from the field saying like, hey, I've posted a few things to Facebook and it's not working. Most likely what's happening, in 9 times out of 10 when we've looked into it, they had left it on ideal, which means it got scheduled for the future. And I'll show you how you can change that if you want to, if you've already scheduled a post for later. So if you want to post something right now, you have to specifically select the now option, which is the middle option right there. That's pretty self-explanatory. The last option is the later option. So if you choose the later option, you can actually set the specific day and the specific time that this content is going to be shared. Now guys, this is really important, because honestly what you could do is you could spend just a little bit of time figuring out which posts you want to share and scheduling them all at once, and then having those post for you throughout the week, rather than thinking, okay, well, you know, every day I need to find something that I want to share to create value for my audience. So I'm going to post this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to post this to Ideal so that I can show you exactly what the schedule looks like. So when I tap, once I've selected how I want to share it and what time I want it shared, then I tap the button at the bottom that says, the big blue one that says share. So once I tap that, it gives me a success, meaning that it's either been scheduled, or if I'd selected now, it's been posted. Okay, so now I'm going to navigate to my Facebook so I can show you what that post would look like. There's one that I posted previously today. And so when you tap on it, it takes you into a landing page where the video will start playing. You can dismiss the video once you've watched it. It has a cool little quote that's from the Washington State University about Nerf 2 technologies. And then when you tap on Learn More about this product, it takes you straight to the ProTandem product detail page. Now, the really compelling thing that just happened, guys, is that as you can see at the top there, it didn't just take them to the ProTandem product detail page. It took them to the ProTandem product detail page on my self-replicated website. So somebody can actually check out, and I'm going to receive the commission, and all I needed to do was share ABC Primetime on Facebook. This is super, super powerful. Now, in the future, we're going to be curating more and more content, some from third-party publishers, some that we produce, and all of it is going to be curated in such a way that we're setting you guys up as thought leaders, and specific content can either drive sales of product or a lead for your business. Okay, so I'm going to show you some more fun stuff that we have in LVShare. Okay, so this main section right here is the most popular media. But so there's 3 tabs that we have on the bottom. The middle one is going to show you the entire media library organized by category of content. So at the top, those are the ones that I've added to my favorites. So if you remember, when you go to a media detail page, so for example, let's tap on the first option in Feel Better. This is a post that's specifically talking about physique. So if I were to tap the little heart there in that menu, that would add it to my favorites on this page right there. And then we have these categories of other types of content that are either related to products, inspiration, or business building here in the content library. And we're going to, like I said, you're going to see more and more content here on a regular basis, so that we're constantly creating fresh media for you guys to share. So let me show you what the schedule looks like, because I know that a lot of you have been asking about exactly how the scheduler works. So how you set a specific post is what I already showed you. But if you remember, the post that I just made actually was an ideal post, which means it actually didn't get posted right now. But when you click on this little calendar icon that's at the top right here, when you tap on that, that'll show you the posts that I have scheduled. So on iOS, you can see these dots that I have on specific dates. Those are dates that I have something scheduled to post. So let's tap on the 5th where it has a dot. So you can see that was the post that I set to ideal that's going to be posting to Facebook just a moment ago. Now right here, I can actually edit this. I can go in and I can remove that if I want to, so that I can go back and schedule something for right now. Oh. So that way you can see all the things that you have coming up, and you can manage that. You can manage those posts after the fact if you want to. All right, let's see what else I have to cover. Covered that. I covered that. Oh, okay. Okay, so guys, now let me show you. I've had a lot of people ask me, how can I share specifically ABC Primetime via email or text message? So let me show you a way that you can do that right now. In the future, we're going to make it much easier to do that by including that in LV Pro. But there's actually ways that you can do it right now. So the first thing to do is to navigate to this page right here. So what I did is I found the piece of content on Facebook where I shared ABC Primetime. And it looks just like this. You can see what I typed here. And then this is what the post looks like. So if you click anywhere here on this image, or even down here on the headline, it'll open this page. And this is the page where the video plays. Okay? Now the key is this URL. It's long, it's ugly, you don't expect anyone to remember it, but if you copy and paste that URL, you can now share this any way you want to. You can share that in an email blast, you can share it in an email to a specific person, or you can even send it via text message to a single person. So you could technically do that little trick right there with any content that you're sharing with LV Share, because they all will have their own unique link that you can grab from the address bar here. So I know that this might be a little bit complicated for some of our users out there, so to make it totally as explicit as I possibly can, from this page where the video is actually playing on Facebook, you need to click on the address bar here and copy this entire URL here. You have to make sure the whole thing is highlighted, and then press Command-C to copy it. Then to paste it, you would type Command-V wherever you want to paste that, whether that's in an email or a text message, or however else you want to share it. Hopefully that is making sense, because I think that's as explicit as I can make it. So guys, that is the ins and outs of LifeVantage.com, the new LifeVantage.com, and the LV Share platform. You do need to know that we're going to be making consistent improvements on both of these tools for you guys, because we want to make them better, and better. And we've already been working on things that we were hoping to get ready for Nashville that just are going to take a little bit of extra time. So you're going to be seeing updates to these in the upcoming weeks and months that we're really, really excited about. I know that you guys are going to be excited for too. So I imagine that there are a few questions that you guys might have on top of everything that we've covered. I know that there's a lot to cover. So let me see what the team is saying is some of the more asked questions that we can get to right now. This is my favorite part. All right. Should I start with Q1, you guys?
Yeah.
So the first question is that content is king. What is LifeVantage doing to give us content, and most important, video content? That's an awesome question, guys. So number one is we already have a lot of video content that we need to make more available for you guys. So we're going to be making those more available both in LV Pro, which is used for both prospecting and managing your business, as well as LV Share, linked to specific product detail pages or opportunity leading pages where applicable. But I also know, based on the survey that we did at EA, that our most requested thing, if you will, is a presentation video, an opportunity video. We're actually going to be working on that right now. And that is something, when it's done, we will make available in both apps. It'll be, we're going to be basically putting on blast, because we view that as the main way for the company story to be told right after your personal distributor stories. So hopefully that answers your question. We're really dedicated to video content. We've got an in-house media team that is world-class, and we're going to be working on video content that will be tied to all these platforms on a regular basis. All right. So next question from Stacy. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but Umbach. Is there a way that we can use LV Share to share everything on there via email, not just through Facebook? Bam! I answered your question. So the answer is yes. Now, I do understand that workaround is a little bit complicated. So we are going to be recording this webinar, and we're going to be making this available so you can kind of go back and re-study exactly how we did that. But the answer is absolutely. So question 3 from Scott Coolman. The word subscription is a key term today. When will that replace the word auto ship? Awesome question. As you can see, we actually, on the LifeVantage.com, I've already started taking out the word auto ship, because auto ship unfortunately comes with a lot of baggage that our customers aren't going to like, and we want to remove as much friction as we possibly can for your customers. Speaking of, I've gotten a lot of feedback from from team members, and makes a lot of sense. We're going to be working on it right away to include a disclaimer right on the checkout page that a customer can make alterations to their subscription order without any penalty. And we're going to be working on making ways to make that easier for them to do. Right now, they have to call into the call center to do a lot of their subscription order management, but we do plan on improving that as quickly as we possibly can, because you guys have also been really vocal about fixing that quickly. And I totally agree with you. That's friction we've got to remove. Okay, so the next question is from Gilberto. Is it possible to post our own pictures or videos through our LV Share app? Awesome question. And the answer is unfortunately no. And the reason the answer is no is because the content that we put up there it goes through a rigorous curation and legal review process to make sure that everything is compliant from a legal and from a marketing standpoint. And it would be really difficult for us to moderate distributor content on top of that. So there are ways that you can be sharing your own content, specifically tied with all those different referral links that I was talking about. For example, if you had a specific image of before and after for Lyft, you could copy and paste the Lyft product detail page from your specific referral link and share it in association with that before and after with your audience, and that would work really well to accomplish what you're after. Okay, so next question. This is fun, guys. Keep these coming. We still have a few minutes to answer some of these questions. And so this question is from Judy Walker. How do we get our picture uploaded to our new webpage? Hopefully I covered that one for you. If not, again, we're going to have this recorded, and we'll make this entire webinar available for you in the future. Oh, yeah. Thank you for that. Hi, guys. All right, let's see what else we got. Okay, so question 6, why is there no lock on the back office web address? I'm not exactly sure if I understand the question.
SSL.
Why do we have SSL, or?
Why there isn't. It is every time they have to enter in personal information.
So they're asking why is there no security lock? Usually there's a security lock icon when something is goes to HTTPS.
Oh, gotcha.
SSL certificate. So they're probably wondering why there's no lock on the back office web address.
Yes.
That's an interesting question. Rock and rave. I don't know the answer to that question, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to have to look into specifically what you're asking me so I can get an answer, or it might be something we need fixed. So in that case, thank you for bringing it to my attention. We'll figure that out. So next we got a question from Stephanie. Stephanie Markstein, are we able to send the ABC report to individuals via Messenger? I don't want to post it indiscriminately. So the answer is yes. So you're going to need to navigate to find that URL. I mean, it would be easiest for you to find that URL from your browser on your phone versus your desktop, because then it's much easier for you to copy it right from your device and paste it right into a text message. But it's really important for you to copy the URL from the Facebook landing page that we've created there, because that is the way that we're sharing third-party content in a way that is legal, in separating it with the actual sale of Protandim. Hopefully that is making sense. If we're sharing ABC Primetime in a different way, number one, it's harder to attach that to the referral link so that the traffic could naturally flow through the tracking funnel that we've built. But secondly, it's most likely not compliant and could get us into some legal trouble. Okay. So the next question, how can current PCs order? Awesome question. So on the, let me go back to the site. So we can actually make this. We're going to be working to make this more robust, and to be honest, this is the part where our technology is currently falling a little bit short, and that's specifically with our customer accounts. And when I mean accounts, I mean like their ability to log in, see their order history, see their subscription order, and make updates to their subscription order. That part we're building right now. But as you can see, as part of the checkout process, we require a password. You have to, from now on, you have to create you have to create an account, because the idea is that if you're a returning PC, that you shouldn't have to come back and fill out all this information. So eventually, in the very near future, you'll have the ability to log in from this very page if you already have an account and check out using this process. Now, if you already have an account, once you log in, your sponsor is always going to remain your original sponsor. So that you don't have to worry that if one of your PCs ended up on a different referral link and tried to check out, as long as they log in, that's going to continue to be attached to their account, and the commission is going to continue to roll up through you. But for now, the best way for a current PC to make their orders until we make those improvements in the next couple of months is going to be doing the old way, which you guys know, through either your self-replicated website or through your back office. Is that correct, guys? Okay. Man, I've been talking a long time. I'm starting to lose my voice. I hope you guys appreciate this. I'm not going to be able to talk to anybody tomorrow. That might be a good thing.
Yes.
Okay, so next one is from my friend Sean Weaver McKee. The join us at the bottom of many of the text LV shareables after the Jeep seem not to link to the replicated sites in preview mode. Does it work after posting? Do you guys know exactly what he's talking about?
Yeah, you have to post first. Yeah.
Yeah. So the key is that you have to post first in order for that to link back. But finding some of those fringe cases, honestly, Sean, is why we're calling what we just launched a beta, so we can make sure any touch point that we can, if we can track it back to the distributor when someone clicks on something like that, that we're going to want to be able to do that. So another thing a small thing that we did that I think is right now is a good time to note is that in an effort to shut down the orphanage, I would anticipate that any new PC is doing that shopping experience that we just outlined. But if you go to lifevantage.com without a referral link, so just the normal corporate site, and then when you click on Join Us, we've removed the ability for somebody to join as a distributor or a preferred customer without an ID. So the only way to enroll as a distributor or a preferred customer on lifevantage.com right now is with a referral link, and we thought that was really important to shut down the orphan tree, so that there was no potential for people to be sent to the site and suddenly be straight to the company, which is what the orphan tree was before. Okay, do you think that answered his question? Okay, awesome. So let me go back, show you my shiny face. What else we got? How are we doing on time? We just have a few minutes. So out of all the questions that we have left, guys, what do you think are the most important ones for me to answer? Here's a good one. So Annalise Hasty just asked us, how will we be updated about these new updates? Also, will we be updated when new content is added to LV Share? Oh, and thank you for pointing that out. So on a PC, as you can tell, I'm a Mac user, and honestly, I'm not a very good PC user. But on a PC, when you're copying and pasting, guys, it's It is
Control.
Control C, and Control C is how you copy. Control V is how you paste. Okay. So to answer your question, Annalise, one of the main ways that we're going to be updating people is through our normal communication channels. We're going to be doing it on Twitter. And by the way, guys, if you don't know, most of the tweets from our corporate account come from me. So if you want to engage with me, Twitter is a really great place to do that. We're going to be engaging with our field members on Facebook. But we've started what I call the Ruckus, which is an email list at EA. And you can still actually join the Ruckus right now. And the easiest way to get your email on that list, and that's where I think where I'm going to be doing the most regular updates, because I'm kind of calling that my beta group of people that are really engaging with me and helping make sure that we find any abnormalities in the software and making it really usable for the entire field. So to join that, you can actually join it right now by texting to that same number, 44222, the word Ruckus. RUCKUS. When you text the word Ruckus to 44222, it's going to then ask you for your email address. Then you just respond via text message your email address, and that'll add you to the email list. And I think that's going to be the front lines for all the updates that we're going to be making to the things that you just saw. And like honestly, guys, you want to stay tuned. Those updates are going to be coming fast and furious, and there's going to be more stuff that you haven't seen yet that is going to make it even more powerful to use these tools. We're going to be moving so fast and creating so much value for you guys. It's going to become much easier to be sharing our phenomenal products. But because it's so easy to share our products, it's going to become much easier to recruit and really build powerful organizations. I am so honored to be working with you guys, and I really am having the time of my life here at LifeVantage. We're going to be building something truly exceptional. And the reason we're going to be able to do that is because we are going to do it together. And I honestly haven't ever seen the corporate really linking arms with the field in such a way that we're producing the best tools and the absolute best training possible. And the only way to do that is together. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. So thank you guys for all your hard work. And we're going to be working just as hard to keep up with you. So good night, LifeVantage. Have a great evening, and I'll see you soon.